Hello and welcome to ET Garage. Today I am going to finish up this Targa top. Well, almost finish it up. There's a few more things I gotta get, but going to do the rewrap on it and hopefully get these trim pieces on for the weather stripping. So hold on. Okay, like I was saying, I got these pieces painted up. These are for the tracks for the weather stripping, or channels, whichever you want to call them, and little pieces that go on them. I'll go into that later. And I got my 3M tape that I'm going to use. They call it trim bonding tape. I'll put all this aside and I'll flip this over and show you what I got to do. Okay, I'm going to be removing the old vinyl wrap. And the best way to do that is with heat. And I'm not a professional vinyl wrapper. Okay, the only experience I have vinyl wrapping is wrapping this top and the nose of my C4 Corvette. I'm going to be re-wrapping that. I originally had a matte finish on the nose. And then when I got this top, which was bright yellow, I picked it up used on eBay Marketplace, as you can see here. I went to this gloss finish, carbon fiber, where on the nose I originally had a matte, and when I did this, I redid the nose, and I'm going to go back to the matte. I decided I like the matte better, and I'll show you that here in a second. And I got this big tube, and hopefully you guys can see that. And I got it by eBay. And let me pull it out. Hopefully you guys can see what that looks like. Now, one thing I notice about this, it doesn't seem like it has the film on it. Let me show you the original piece from the original. See, the original has this plastic protection film on it. Hopefully you can see that, and protects it during shipping and when you originally put it on. This doesn't come with that. Well, at least if it is on there, I can't tell. So I have to be much more careful when putting this on, so I don't scratch this surface here. One other thing that's kind of funny is it comes with a, and I think it's kind of funny. It might be another glove in there, but it comes with one single glove, and then inside the glove is a, it's like a squeegee with felt on it. Hopefully you guys can see that. Some type of adhesion promoter. Some type of little plastic pry tool. And something else in here. Oh, a little razor blade knife, which is kind of funny. So I'll probably use my own stuff. This knife here looks like it might come in handy. But I've never used an adhesion promoter for vinyl wrap before. Never had to. I can see where it'd be good on tight corners and stuff. But anyway, let me get this stuff out of the way, and I'll start showing you a few things. Now, the one thing when working with vinyl wrap is you don't want to do it like on a cold weather. You want it in a warm environment. It's easier to work with. That's why you see I'm using heat guns all the time. If it's sunny out, I could just go out in the sun and let this warm up, and it'd be easier to work with. This looks like it's peeling off pretty good, but I'm going to have to, the better way to do it is with heat. And let's see, if it keeps coming off real easy, that's what I'm going to do. Now, when I did the nose on my C4 Corvette, the thing I noticed when I redid it, and I took the original vinyl wrap off, it didn't come off this easy. In fact, it stuck to it really good, and I had to re-sand and clean the surface. One thing you gotta understand about vinyl wrap, if your surface is rough underneath, it's going to show right through the vinyl wrap. So that's one thing I know. you're not sure what I'm doing, you can always go to the other YouTube channels where they professionally wrap and follow their advice, because I'm sure it would be much better than mine. Yeah, see, this would be much easier if I stuck it out in the sun. I take a heat gun. That's probably what I'm going to do. One thing about wrapping a Targa top, it's one of the, in my opinion, one of the easier things to wrap, because you can lay it on the table. It's easier to work with. It's relatively flat with the round edges. You got to use heat to get it to conform around the edges. The hard part is when you put the trim back on. That kind of wants to push the vinyl wrap back. Maybe that's where that adhesion promoter will come in handy. I'll put adhesion, you try that around the edge, wrap it around the edge. I guess we'll find out. So let me get blowing some air. Anything to do with this really is the old stuff. It's get into a ball. Tight as you can get it. And it fits in the garbage can. There we go. Now, even though this surface looks real good when you rub your hands across it, you can feel all the grit from the glue. All that will have to be taken off. And I'm going to just try lacquer thinner. So to do that, I'm going to have to take it outside because I'm not going to do that in here with that. It might be a better way. I think alcohol works good on it. I'll have to look it up real quick. So hold on. Okay, after a quick look up on the phone, it says use rubbing alcohol. So that's what I'm using, and it seems to be working. I'm surprised. I would think it would take something stronger. But use a clean cloth. Okay, after wiping it down with the rubbing alcohol, I'm still feeling stuff on there. So I'm going to try something else. I'm going to try bug and tar remover. Now, the bad thing about the bug and tar remover is I don't have much of it. I don't feel like running to the store to get more. So let's see. Fortunately, it doesn't take much. Okay. After using the bug and tar remover, I went and gave it another wipe with the isopropyl rubbing alcohol. I ended up using the bug and tar remover twice. If I had to, I would have used it another time, and then gave it another wipe down with this, and it's a really nice, clean surface now, which is good. And then I went and took the hot air gun and dried off the alcohol. And now it's time to lay out the wrap. I think what I'll do is put that upside down. Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can see all this, but I'm doing is rolling it out, and it'd probably be good to have this on a flat surface somewhere to make the cut. Make sure you have yourself plenty of overhang. Allow for the contours and all that stuff. Definitely got plenty width-wise. In fact, I'm gonna have to make a cut that way. But let me do this. I'll use their handy dandy cutting knife here. This is not the best way to cut it the way I'm doing it, but this little knife actually works really well. Put this back in the tube. There. I will be leaving links to all this, by the way, so don't worry. Yeah, got it. This is where it'd be really advantageous, where it would be an advantage to have some type of big working surface to work on. One thing is they got these squares and lines, which helps guide when you cut it. Good thing this doesn't have like a dry time or anything. I'd be a lot of trouble. All right, I think I got an idea that's going to help. I don't know how this how a professional will do it, but this is how I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm going to take these little clamps, fold over the edge. I need right there. Yeah, that'll be plenty. These clothespins, I have clothespins and I have these little clamps. I think the clothespins might actually work better. That should hold that there. Okay, I finished putting the vinyl wrap on, I need to put the trim piece that goes around here. This is far from perfect. There's a lot of imperfections. I found some imperfections in the material. I don't know if I put them there, or I don't know if you can see that, like that. And I did get some bubbles. And the thing with bubbles is you poke them with a pin and a little heat and that. And one big problem I did run into, let me show you, is the little applicator that comes with it. Well, it wore through and left scratches in the material. If this was a show car, I'd be worried about it. And then like over here, I don't know if you can see, there's like this imperfections, a scratch there, and there's some discoloration here in the vinyl. I'm not too worried about that. This is for a car that has 239,000 miles on it, I think I have. And I'm not worried about doing a show-winning job on it. I just want it to look good from, 10, 20 feet away. Oh, maybe 30. But you guys get what I'm saying about. And if you ever do this job first time, I advise you watch a lot of professional videos on doing this. I've seen where they say spray Windex underneath and put it down and it helps move it around and all that. I find that works good for small pieces of vinyl, but when I tried it the last time I did this on a large piece, it didn't work out well. And you want to have twice as much, because the first time I tried wrapping something like this, I ended up throwing the first piece out because I just goofed it up so bad. I'm not going to go into all the details and stuff, but if I flip it over, let me flip it over real quick. Okay, I got it flipped over, and you can see how wrinkly it is here. I don't care about that. You're not going to see that, and yeah, you're just not going to see it unless it's off the car and laying around somewhere. And I did have to make some cuts, like up these front corners here. I made some pie cuts and then just folded it over. For now, I'm just going to get the trim piece on, and once I get the trim piece on, I guess I could trim this right back and then peel all that off. Maybe I'll try that. Anyway, you can see where I already scraped my paint. Even though I have a towel down, I guess it scraped it. I'll have to touch that up a little. But anyway, how the hell did I do that anyway? But anyway, let me get this flipped back over. We'll get the trim piece on. Okay, trim piece is on. One thing I did before I put it on, act as a lubricant. I sprayed the edge with Windex, and that acts as a lubricant. You don't want to use an oil, because this is actually held on like a clip, like spring pressure. And you could put a little glue on the end. You don't want to glue the entire thing, because if you ever have to take it off, you'll never get it off. If you do use glue on the end, it's going to end up, it's not going to work with the vinyl wrap. Let's just put it that way. So if you have to, just crimp the end a little bit and snap that in. But start from like one of these corners and use a rubber hammer like that and work your way around. It doesn't hurt to have like a block of wood. If you hit it too hard, you're going to put dents in it, and you don't want to do that. And that's why you want to use a piece of plastic or a block of wood. And just work your way around, and that's it. It's on. Now I want to go outside and get this on the car. Even though I don't have the trim pieces and stuff on, I'll show you once I get out there. And I'm curious how this is going to look. So I'm sure we all are. So let me get this out there. Okay, it's on, and it's looking pretty good. Not quite sure if I like the matte finish now after having the shiny stuff on there, but it's on, and it's going to be on for a while until it gets needs replacing again. But the reason I didn't put the trim work on, I'll get into that here shortly. Just let me move the camera. Okay, the reason I didn't put the trim with the weather seals along the edge here yet is I want to test fit this piece, and I want to get that just like that, where the old one was. And then I don't know if you can see under here or not. Let me get some light on that. Hopefully you can see that. That's where the bracket goes, and I want to line it up best I can. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm glad I did, because I was going to put it all the way forward. So I'm going to mark it where it has to go. So this way I know when I mount it how it goes. So just hold on. In fact, before I do that, I'm going to tighten at least the back bolts to draw it in so it's in the right location. So hold on. Okay, hopefully you guys can see this. I'll kind of hold the light and the bracket at the same time. Basically, it's going to fit right where there's a lip there. So all I got to do is line it with that lip, and it's the same on the other side. And I don't even need to mark it. So I'm glad I tested it and found that out. So let me get this back down in the basement. I'll put the trim on. I'll put the headliner back in. And it's just a few little things I'm going to have to run to the store and get. One thing I'm not going to be able to get because it's at Napa, and Napa is closed on Sunday. So that'll have to wait, but I'll go over that here shortly. Okay, it's almost like a week later, and I have almost everything I need for the finish up this Targa top. The only thing I'm waiting on is the felt pads that go in the front, and that I can stick on at any time. They're just like an anti-rattle device. They're not a necessity. Earlier C4s didn't even come with it, but I do have my caulking tape, or strip caulk black, which is a sort of like a butyl rubber. And I'll go into that here in a minute. Okay, I need to put the channels on that hold the weather strip, and these parts here. I'm not sure what to call these. We'll just call them wings for now because it's the only thing I can think of. But these will get adhered and screwed with 3M double-sided molding tape. And then the weather strip goes on. I'm going to use new weather strip. I've had it sitting for a while now. It came with the weather strip kit that I ordered some time ago, and I just never used the weather strip for the Targa top because I just didn't need it. The weather strip I took off is actually still in very good shape, but I'm going to just put it aside and put the new ones on. I'm doing all this, I might as well. One other thing I've been waiting on that's holding is what they call, hope you guys see that, is a basically strip caulk. And from the factory they have caulking here. It's sort of like a butyl rubber. And what I'm going to do is mush it all out here and smooth it out so it's sort of like flat. And it went in this area here. It's just extra sealing, I guess. And then it went in one of the other rear corners too. See if I can bring that around. In this corner here. In fact, I don't think I could know if I could put that over the vinyl tape there or not. So that part of the vinyl tape I might take off. But it goes here in this corner and on both sides, and that's it. So that's all I have to do to finish this up. Let me get going on it and get this on the car, and eventually I'll take it out and test it, and, you know, weather and so forth. Okay, you can see I got that stripping caulk in. I could ball this all up into a ball. It's just like Play-Doh or silly putty, and then could have been it in a ball and then smoothed it all in so you don't have those lines. I just did the strip back and forth. This will conform on its own, so I'm not too worried about it. did that, and let me show you the other corner. If you can see it under there, right there, and that's pretty much it. I'm not sure I like the way this new weather stripping on this Targa top is fitting, but the real test will be when it rains. I need to squeeze that in a little bit more. Get that in there. And I guess it's time to go out to the car and put it on. Good. Take that out that tape. Okay. Alrighty, there it is. As far as I'm concerned, it's done. There's a few imperfections in it. That being said, from a distance, you can't tell. And it looks pretty good. Now I'm kind of wondering if I should have kept the gloss. Maybe I got used to that glossier finish carbon fiber vinyl wrap, but that's one thing good about vinyl wrap. You can tear it off and change it. Relativity easy compared to paint. Personally, I would rather have a real carbon fiber Targa top. I actually considered sending this out, the skin out, and having it, seeing if I can maybe find someone to replicate it in carbon fiber. I'm not sure what that would have cost, probably expensive. But then that guy could have made a mold and replicated these and sold them, so who knows, that might be in the future. I don't think so though. I still got to change the wrap on the nose of the car, or the front clip. I just do the upper part. I actually thought about taking that whole front clip off and redoing it. I need to do that front license plate, and well, not redoing the whole front clip, but basically refinishing it and completely vinyl wrapping it in the carbon fiber look. I don't know. If I do, that'll be some other time, maybe when I retire. But I just don't feel like it right now. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I want everybody to have a great day. God bless.